greatness that night. It's about the fight. It ain't about the champion. It's about the fight. That's all I care about.
Kenny Ellis said was, look, man, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
GervontaDavis's coach, Calvin Ford, fired back at Lamont during the rematch press conference, declaring, "It's over, and they'll see who the real champion is in the fight." His confident and assertive tone made it clear that he firmly believed.
And sit there and say to themselves like they came from a karate movie, man, I want to fight just like Tank. I want to be just like Tank.
Davis is approaching his upcoming rematch with complete focus and dedication. Recognizing the significance of this fight for his career and reputation, he has left no stone unturned in his training regimen. Every session is meticulously designed to enhance his physical conditioning and sharpen his technical skills. This time, Davis is determined to avoid the mistakes of the past and enter the ring as a more prepared and formidable opponent. His team is taking no chances, fully aware that this bout is crucial for reestablishing.
One of the best trainers in boxing, second guy in the corner, is responsible for a lot of the real tactical decisions and tactical analysis that goes on in GervontaDavis's corner. So you have Coach Calvin, and Coach Calvin is the head trainer, and you have Coach Kenny, who really specializes on preparing game plans specifically for opponents. So to have him talk about what's going on with LamontRoach, I thought was interesting and insightful, because what he said was that, one, he's not falling for the okie doke. When Mill City asked him, hey, what do you think about the fact that, that LamontRoach was seen at a basketball game chugging a beer? And I would have added to the question that you see LamontRoach out giving a bunch of interviews, doing the interview circuit, right? Kind of being a little bit out of character leading into the rematch. Do you think, and this is what Mill City asked, do you think that is something you guys are taking in consideration in preparation for the fight? And what Kenny Ellis said was, look, man, we're not.
The union with Coach Calvin Ford has brought new energy to Davis's training environment. Their long-standing relationship is built on trust, respect, and a deep understanding of Davis's fighting style and mindset. Calvin Ford has played a crucial role in Davis's rise through the boxing world, shaping his raw talent into that of a refined, aggressive, and tactical fighter. This renewed partnership combines emotional motivation with strategic.
Do you think, and this is what Mill City asked, do you think that is something you guys are taking in consideration in preparation for the fight? And what Kenny Ellis said was, look, man, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We know what LamontRoach brings to the table, and he says that LamontRoach is we're not believing that he's out there drinking or blowing up a bunch of weight and all of that. He says what most people say, hey, we're going to prepare for the best version of LamontRoach that is going to that'll come for us. But the way that he saw the fight coming out was he said he sees it like the fight before, a lot of really crisp shots landing. And the fight is going to be similar, but hey, the fight at the same time is going to be very different. Now, I just happen to have a very good friend named Phoenix the Assassin who breaks down fights for me. He's a trainer, got a world-class eye for fights. And what he speculated should be the difference between the first fight and the second fight for Gervonta is that Gervonta is going to need to spend a lot more time fighting on the outside and scoring points for a longer period of time on the outside, and then making sure that, and basically forcing
The rematch represents more than just a fight. It's an opportunity to reclaim his reputation and silence the critics who questioned his abilities after the first bout. The initial match sparked doubts about his standing in the sport, making this upcoming clash a defining moment in his career. A decisive victory would re-establish Davis as a top contender in boxing and prove that the previous outcome was an exception, not a reflection of his true skill. This fight holds immense personal and professional significance for Tank.
LamontRoach, he feels that he won. Like, do you think the best thing going forward, they should just run it back, have a rematch?
Oh, yes, most definitely. I think a rematch is definitely called for. And I think probably the sooner the better. So I would say, hey, let's work on a deal to where we could get in there within the next 4 to 5 months.
Displayed vulnerabilities that hadn't been as evident in his previous fights. His defense lacked its usual sharpness, and his stamina appeared to fade as the rounds progressed. Opponent. LamontRoach capitalized on these weaknesses, landing clean shots that disrupted Davis's rhythm and shook his confidence. These issues were noticed by both fans and analysts, signaling that Davis was not performing at his full potential. The rematch now gives him a crucial opportunity to correct those.
If LamontRoach exposed weaknesses of Tank Davis, it very much reminds me of Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia. What Roach did, Rolly was doing the same thing. He ended up implementing it better against Ryan Garcia. Tank was having huge issues, and that's the Black Two Sugars. Watch me call that fight. I started laughing. I couldn't believe it because all he was patient with good power. All Roach was patient. He stayed focused. That's why him drinking and partying and shit is messing with me, because he beat him here. He stayed so damn focused, and he knew when Tank was going to punch. He knew when not to punch, and when he countered Tank, he rocked Tank. Tank got rocked at least twice that.
Was candid about the mental and emotional challenges he had faced. He revealed that the pressure and exhaustion had affected his focus and overall performance. The experience took a serious toll on his mindset, even leading him to consider stepping away from boxing. His openness about seeking therapy highlighted the depth of his struggle, showing that the fight's impact extended far beyond the physical results. This moment of vulnerability shed light on...
He wants to do therapy. He wants to do real estate. They want to say he wasn't all in because him and Roach are friends, and he's going to be focused for the second fight. A lot of excuses. They want to say it's because of the braids, the oil getting in his eye. Whatever. This is what really happened. And I just now came to this conclusion because I've been making some other videos for Patreon, but LamontRoach posted a video recently on...
Preparation for the rematch, Davis's training environment has undergone a complete transformation. Every drill and sparring session is carried out with heightened intensity and precision. His footwork has become noticeably more fluid and balanced, while his reaction time has sharpened, allowing him to anticipate and counter his opponent more effectively. The once relaxed, casual approach has been replaced with focused discipline, clearly showing that Davis is treating this fight as a pivotal challenge that demands...
Oh, stop closing up. Gotta let it go. Keep turning, step around. Keep turning.
For the rematch, Davis's training environment has undergone a dramatic transformation. Every drill and sparring session is executed with heightened intensity and laser-sharp precision. His footwork now shows greater fluidity and balance, while his reaction time has significantly improved, enabling him to anticipate and counter his opponent with greater effectiveness. The previously relaxed, casual...
We gotta talk about it. So Tank officially came out and says that he wants to put this rematch as early as May. Now, if that were to happen, LamontRoach gets a second time to prove himself. Now, in my personal opinion, his stock has already risen. He is already notable. The fact that he went toe-to-toe with Tank on a decision that ended in a draw, whether he loses this second fight or not won't even matter. Because he's directly in line to go against the Keyshawn Davis, the Shakur Stevensons, and etc., the Devin Haney's, and etc. I can see him moving up and going against Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that. So many people to fight. LamontRoach has definitely proven himself. But let's talk about something else. And that is the hairstylist situation. In my humble opinion, I believe she should have been quiet. As a hairstylist, there was nothing for you to say. no fan in boxing was gonna look at that like, I don't want her braiding my hair. No one would have said that. But she hurt herself when she came out and publicly made multiple claims on all his receipts that no one needed, no one asked for, saying, oh, this had no grease or oil in it. No one cares. No one cares. Nobody even believes it. Sometimes it's best to remain quiet. But you guys let me know in the comments, should she have remained quiet?
S-Camp entered the first fight with a well-researched understanding of Roach's strengths and tactics. Their game plan was carefully crafted to exploit perceived weaknesses in Roach's style. While the strategy was sound in theory, its execution fell short on fight night. Instead of completely overhauling their approach, Davis's team is now focused on refining and perfecting that original plan. They are emphasizing sharper execution, tactical discipline, and applying increased pressure at critical moments, all to maximize their chances of victory in the rematch.
What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, that they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity. You know?
What's the difference makers coming into this fight?
The first fight, I thought, everybody thought Jalil won. We just got to turn, hit the gears a little harder. We ain't really got to change too much. Just got to put the icing on the cake, Put the icing on the cake this time, that's all. He did enough to win the last fight, but we was in somebody else's territory,
This time around, being in Florida, do you feel like it's a mutual zone?
Yeah. It's more of an even playing field in Florida.
Okay. Do you feel like he needs a stoppage to win the fight due to what happened the first time?
Not necessarily a stoppage. A stoppage is good, but not necessarily. You just got to put the icing on the cake. That's all. Just hit the gears a little harder. That's all. He hit the gears hard enough the last time, but boxing is a dirty game. It's a dirty game. You got biased people, unfair people. Anybody saw that first fight that Jalil lost, they don't know boxing.
If Jalil is successful in this fight, what do you guys expect for Jalil? And then, obviously Eddie Hearn had a lot to say when Jalil took that loss.
Immense significance for both fighters. It presents a chance to settle unresolved questions and solidify their respective standings in the sport. Avoiding this bout would only leave lingering doubts and risk damaging their legacies. Both Davis and Roach understand that this fight will be intensely scrutinized and long remembered, making it crucial for each of them to deliver their best performance. This shared awareness adds a heightened sense of urgency.
Look what they did with Gervonta, too. I want everybody, all these young fighters that are listening to this, and you could clip this. It's a short part right here.
I got you.
To Ryan could clip this right here. To all you young fighters, look at the amount of love they were giving and sharing to Gervonta Tank Davis prior to the fight. Look at what all the reporters were doing prior to the fight. Look how they were all laughing at all his jokes prior to his fight against LamontRoach. After the fight, look how many were waiting to down this man. Down him. See, I'm going to talk my smack with Tank, but that's because I want to fight him. That's me. I can say that. But I just want all you young fighters to really look about it. They don't care about us.
Yeah.
They won't ever care about us. When you're winning, they're going to be there. But they're waiting for any moment to slip up. Just a man, even a draw. Look how much hate he got out of it.
Yeah, not to get deep, but it's a part of our psychology. We have to learn how to care about.
His performance in the initial fight impressed many with his tactical skill and composure. He proved that he could compete at the highest level, effectively matching Davis's speed and power. His strategic approach kept Davis on the defensive at times, earning him recognition as a legitimate and worthy opponent. Heading into the rematch, Roach has the opportunity to build on that foundation by sharpening his speed, increasing his precision, and maintaining...
Shout out to my man Lamont.
All right, so you sparred LamontRoach in preparation for his bout with GervontaDavis. First, what did you think of the fight?
What did I think of the fight? It's a little different for me because it's definitely a point of bias there.
Wait, let me put out a disclaimer. He's from Baltimore.
Definitely, I mean, East Baltimore all day. But I'm looking at it from a point of bias because his dad, you know, Ben Johnson Sr. and all them guys that was down there, the coaches Tim and everything like that, they all good people. So I got to know them on a more personal level. And then I get to see like how hard a world champion works. And not only that, to see how he treated his people. So I was going for him just off of personality alone, but everything else, he made me believe in Kent for real. Because me and him like have similar personalities. Know what I mean, as far as the ring, you know what I mean? So everything we was ready for, like the talking shit and everything like that, because that was coming from me, you know what I'm saying? Me and Lamont, so everything was just everything for real. But everything else, he made me believe in Kent for real. Because me and him like have similar personalities. Know what I mean, as far as the ring, you know what I mean? So everything we was ready for, like the talking shit and everything like that, because that was coming from me, you know what I'm saying? Me and Lamont, so everything was just everything for real. I think he should have won too, you know what I'm saying? But actually when I was there, I thought they actually was gonna like rob him, you know what I mean? But you can't, you know what I mean? You can't deceive the people that's there for what they saying for real.
So you felt like he should have got the nod in the decision.
Especially with all the other controversy too. It should have been overturned, but we know how boxing works, but nah, I mean, we running it back for a reason, you know what I'm saying?
Did that teach you a lesson though?
Absolutely, you know what I mean? But you gotta just do, it seemed like, cause I feel like he did, not only did he shock the world, it's like